Hello everyone, this is Mr. Gum and Secret Hideout, Chapter 5. Down by the Riverside. Night time, and two mysterious figures were creeping through the darkness in their hobnail boots. Actually, they weren't all that mysterious. They were Mr. Gum and Billy, obviously. Although Billy had burned all his clothes back in Chapter 3, he was wearing a brand new uniform of butcher's apron, cap and trousers. And why? Why was that? It's because butchers are like lizards and can grow their skins back at any time. Not many people know that. Feel how hot it's getting, Billy, me old funnel, asked Mr. Gum as they walked along. Yeah, laughed Billy William. The air is as thick and dirty as muck. And look, he remarked, snatching up a gigantic fly with bright blue wings and about 8 million legs and poison dripping from its jaws. Dirty tropical weirdies everywhere. Yeah, agreed Mr. Gum, kicking a nearby tarantula in the face. And it's all down to the miracles of poison gas and dirty air and overheating and pollution. Laughing softly, Mr. Gum and Billy William crept through the night, and all around them strange insects and animals buzzed and flapped and hooted. But after quite a bit of creeping, Mr. Gum suddenly realised something was terribly wrong. Oh, Billy, whispered Mr. Gum, here we are, creeping along, and all this time we forgot about the first rule of evil. Oh yeah, said Billy, slapping himself on the forehead. What, the first rule of evil? Oh yeah, what is it again? I forgot. Mr. Gum regarded him with a dirty frown. You really are an idiot, Billy. The first rule of evil is, whenever you go creeping through the darkness, sing an evil song as you go by. Oh yeah, laughed Billy. Oh yeah, now I remember. And with that, the two villains started up with their evil song, and though they sang it soft on the wind all over town, children suddenly started having nightmares, and all the milk turned bad. And a horse in a nearby film whinnied and went mad and started frothing at the mouth, and then a moth flew by, and the horse started frothing at the moth. For the song was indeed a terrible evil affair. And it went a little bit, sort of, something like this. The 10 rules of evil. Are you ready to sing along with the chorus? It's the 10 rules of evil, it's the 10 rules of evil, and you just won't believe all the tricks we like to play. Rule 1. Whenever you are going creeping through the darkness, sing an evil song as you go by. Rule 2. If you see happy children watching cartoons, turn the channel over and make them cry. Rule 3. If you see insects, pick 'em up in a bag and chuck 'em in people's food. Rule 4. If there's a knock at your front door, open it and shout out something rude. Chorus, join in everyone. It's the 10 rules of evil, it's the 10 rules of evil. You just won't believe all the tricks we like to play. Rule 5. If there's a great big circus come into town, beat up all the clowns and all their friends. Rule 6. If you see somebody reading a book, rip the last page out so they can't find out how it ends. Rule 7. If you ever meet the devil in the moonlight, kick him in the tail and run away. Rule 8. If he tries to come after you, run away a little bit more. Chorus, everyone join in, because I know that last verse weren't very good. It's the 10 rules of evil. It's the 10 rules of evil. You just won't believe all the tricks we like to play. Rule 9. If you should ever get invited to a party, puke on all the guests and make a fuss. As for Rule 10, we ain't gonna tell you, 'cause we don't want you to end up quite as evil as us. Then Mr. Gum played a 2-hour drum solo on Billy's head with a silk handkerchief. Only he didn't have a silk handkerchief, so he used the cricket bat that he had brought specifically for the purpose. That's the end of the song. What a brilliant song that was, said Mr. Gum. Yeah, said Billy William. What a brilliant song that was. Yes, said a voice in the darkness. What a brilliant song that was. Who's there? Shouted Mr. Gum, turning this way and that, his heavy clunking fists at the ready. Oh, it's you. That's right. It is I, said surprising Ben. And here he is, jumping out from a bush. I pop up here, I pop up there. Surprise, surprise, I'm everywhere. And off he ran, giggling like a moonbeam. Oh, I'm getting sick of surprising Ben, growled Mr. Gum. Anyway, who cares? Here we are, at last. Yes, folks, Mr. Gum and Billy had come to the Lamanic River, which is like the rest of Lamanic Biber, only it's a river, so it's wetter, and there are crisp plackets floating around on it. Swisheroo, swisheroo, swish, swish. The soft waters lapped against the riverbank. The insects buzzed overhead. Somewhere in the distance, a dog barked. Or maybe the dog was actually much closer than that and just barking quietly to pretend it was further away than it seemed. Dogs can be surprisingly crafty like that. What'll we do now? Whispered Billy as they stood there on the hot, steaming riverbank, toads and vagabonds dribbling on their boots. Nah, we give the signal, grinned Mr. Gum, and he looked so terrifying in the smog and the fog that even Billy felt afraid and fell back a step. Still grinning, Mr. Gum removed his hat to reveal an enormous candle made of rancid butter and sheep fat stuck on his pointy head. Light me up, Billy, me boy, light me up, whispered Mr. Gum. So Billy lit a match just by looking at it and hoping it would somehow light. Then, when it didn't, he lit it in the proper way and held it to the candle on Mr. Gum's head. All at once it blazed up with a horrible green and orange glow, like a stinking Halloween pumpkin which simply will not behave. The ghastly light spilled over the scene, flickering and cutting through the smog and making Billy see all sorts of weird and terrible shapes and phantoms in the mist. "Ah, ha, ha, ha," said the terrible shapes and phantoms in the mist. "We are terrible shapes and phantoms in the mist." And then there was a whisper from across the water and down river. "That's it, lads. There's the signal." And something terribly menacing came gliding through the murky waters of the Lamanic River to meet them. Chapter 6, The Midnight Meeting. Okay. Enjoy the stories, everyone. Bye.